Race fans, good evening and a very warm 3TV welcome to the world's fastest quarter-mile oval. We're live with OSCA action from the Slinger Speedway located just northwest of Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the NR3 Design 300. Rounds 12, 13, and 14 of the 2026A Rio Grande Mexican Grill Cup Series. A couple of track facts here on the screen. And the weather looks great for tonight's event. I'm camera right here with Carlos Acosta, man of the cameras as always. It's 3 races tonight. One treacherous high-banked bull ring built in 1948, paved with punishing 33 degrees of banking, steeper than Daytona International Speedway. This track demands absolute perfection, and it's hallowed ground where short track legends like the White Knight Dick Trickle and Ty Majeski made their names, and where 8-time national champion Matt Kenseth reigns as the undisputed king. Tonight, OSCA adds to that legacy with a rare triple-header event, and it's a guaranteed recipe for short track chaos. But we do have some special we have a special event tonight with qualifying. It will be a realistic single car qualifying, so we'll have that for you underway here. Nate Hall, first driver out on the track, and right away he loops it right around there out of turn number 4, and we'll have to give it another go. It's three laps for each driver, and it will be sorted by points in an inverse order. He decides to go back into the grass one more time for whatever reason, but he'll back it up and get it going. Looking at my list here, I think, well, minus, I'm not going to count the rows there, but we got most of the people on the list. Aaron Evans should be the one out next, so we'll see if he can get a better go at it, but looks like a better run here for Nate Hall. He keeps it straight. And I believe that will be the end of his lap. He pulls into the pits. There's Aaron to start his lap there. And our ticker there on the left side, at least on my end, looks a little bit messed up. We'll see if that fixes itself after another driver goes out. But Aaron way up there high off of turn number 4. Nate's lap was a 12.870 in context. Our fastest lap in practice set by Austin Beers, an 11.888. So a lot of speed to be gained for these drivers. We have another driver on the screen. Looks like our ticker is still broken for both of them now, so we'll see if we can get that fixed there. But Aaron goes a little bit quicker, 13.087, and out of turn number 4 to finish his lap. He does a 12.277, much more on the pace there for the 48 machine. Here's the 48, or here's the 47. Of Sam Boutwell, the Tom Boland Ford. We see that in a few other racing leagues, but he will make his attempt here at qualifying tonight. I believe I'd have to go back and actually watch this, but I believe that we have 23 drivers here tonight, so Sam Boutwell immediately to position number 2 with a 12.500 on the board. And real quick, a quick little recap of last week's events. Fresh off a sweep last week at Atlanta, the Redux Racing duo of Ty McIntosh and Daniel Gore, they have completely flipped the script on the season, and they've vaulted themselves, plus Noah Brown, straight to the top 3 positions of the championship standings. However, Team Fenceline Motorsports, this is their bread and butter, and they have a full squad of drivers for the first time in almost a month. So surely they'll be tough to beat. Oh, Patrick Hayhey loops it there in turn number 4. Second driver we have seen in this qualifying session do that. So he is going to get it going again, and he's going to loop it again in turn 1 almost. So quite literally almost the same exact thing as we saw with Nate Hall. He'll come back through turns 3 and 4 and try it again. That's actually going to be his last timed lap, so he goes to the last position there with a 13.873. Here's Ty Alkus, one of the Team Fenceline Motorsports cars, and we know this one will probably be fast. He's running up there high side, cutting it down low in turns 3 and 4, and he'll begin his first timed lap. Second time lap here. We'll see where he goes. 13.655. Just a little warm up of the tires lap there. I'm just assuming he's going to go quicker. He was at a 11.994 in practice, and sure enough, 11.927 in qualifying. Goes a little bit quicker than his practice lap and well ahead of the rest of the competition. It'll be David Westergreen out next, I believe. And there he is in the Greg Biffle Subway themed throwback machine for Traders Brewing there. He will make his attempt through turns 3 and 4. This should be starting his timed lap. That's actually going to count as a timed lap, so this will be his first real lap. I think that first lap is essentially a warm-up lap for these guys, so through 3 and 4 for his first real lap. We'll see. Well, he lines up on the board a little bit loose out of turn number 4, but a 12.018, and a little bit tight out of turn number 2. He's just there behind Ty Alcas, and that's a not so bad place to be, I don't believe. Not going to improve there on his third lap. You can see how these drivers kind of have to drop down into the track there off of the pit road. Here's how to feel it. A nice little quirk of this facility. The pit road is actually outside of the track, and we won't be seeing any live pit stops tonight under green flag conditions. It's really just going to be pitting for damage if necessary, and that's just going to be kind of what it is here. But we'll see what Adam Peeler can do here on his laps. First real lap up to P3 with a 12.196, and he's going to actually spin it out in turn 3 on his third lap there, so that'll be the end of his qualifying run. He will pop himself out of the facility, and there is Gilberto Javier Gamera. See what he can do here in his qualifying attempt. He put up a 12.124 in practice, which would put him in position number 3 right now if he could replicate that. So we will see what he does here. The turns 3 and 4 up at the start-finish line. 12.021, so he goes about a tenth quicker, and that puts him up into the third position for now. And it's looking like these drivers, the setup's a little bit difficult. It looks like it's bottoming out a little bit there in the front, kind of hobbling along there along the racetrack. So I'm not sure if that's just a setup thing or if it's a Gen 6 thing here. Of course, these cars are not what this track was designed to really have on it, but doing it nonetheless in true OSCA fashion. Here's another short tracker. We'll see him probably be going pretty quick here. It's Neil Rutt in the Hot Wheels themed machine from 2000. A little loose there off of turn number 4. He goes position number 5 with a 12.244, and we'll see if he can improve here on lap number 3 out of turn number 4, right up to the wall. Oh, nope, that's not going to count. I don't believe he would have hit the wall, and he's going to drive it right across the track into the pit road. Pretty smooth, I would have to say. Pretty smooth events, or a pretty smooth move there. Dylan Thomas in the 03 machine. Another Binks Designs car, so we'll see what he can put up relative to his teammate, who sits in the 5th position. His first real lap here will be... He didn't quite make it to the bottom there in 3 and 4, but a good exit looks like. He will be in the... didn't see where he actually went. Dylan Thomas up to 8th with a 12.805. Move here out of turn number 4 for his last time lap. Right up to the wall. I don't know if iRacing counted that because he might have hit it just a little bit, but he's going to pull off there, and it actually did a 12.774. Dave Carpenter here on the track. See what he can do. For the 3-pedal Mafia. Completes his warm-up lap here. And then for lap number 1. Very short lap time here. Ooh, loose out of turn number 4. That's going to kill his lap time a little bit. The 12.327. Up here on lap number 2. Very bumpy racetrack, very bumpy. Looks like it's kind of, throwing some of these drivers off tonight with the bumps, and the car bottoming out there a little bit, but another one of the team fence line cars lining up. Here's Ray Bracey. Bojo on the track to see what he can do. He was pretty quick in practice, a 12.039. I believe he was 7th position there. Led practice for a few minutes in the opening part of the session. Eventually got usurped by the rest of the field, so we'll see what he can do here on his first lap. Warm-ups at 12.517, one of the quicker warm-ups we have seen. And oh, he is loose all over the track there. Gonna have to reset it here, and that's gonna kill a second lap as well. And he's gonna abort it right there, and 12.517 is where he's gonna be starting here in the the first half. I was gonna say in the second and third halves, we actually are not gonna have an invert tonight, so it's just gonna be straight finishing position for those ones. Here's Thomas Capuano in the no longer Team Mr. Rich. It is now Team Fence Line Motorsports machine. That might be a Tom problem here, but either way, he should be pretty quick here in qualifying. He was pretty quick in practice, 12.086. Goes a little bit quicker than that here on his first lap. And on his second timed lap there, he is not going to improve. It sits in the 4th position. Here's one of your drivers, Carlos. It is Conan Jones in the 85. And I was hearing some of his thoughts and feelings about this track earlier, and I would have to say that it kind of matches what's on the side of his car. Not so good feelings about the track, and was kind of dogging on it just a little bit. Which, I mean, it is what it is. It's a quarter-mile short track. It's gonna be what it is. You kind of get what you get with it. But kind of on his first lap, 12.224. Puts him into the 6th position, a little bit slower than he ran in practice. We'll see if he can improve. He sure does not. No, he does a 2:05, so a little bit quicker there, but not as quick as his practice lap. Here is Dylan Gooden in the 75. For Olivia Hammond Motorsports, we'll see what kind of a run he can put up. Struggled a little bit in practice, ran a 12.340. About 0.3 off the leading pace, and here in qualifying, 0.511 puts him in the 11th position currently. Like he's very loose there off of turn number 2, and a little bit not quite as loose off of turn number 4, but probably had to pedal it to keep that away. So he sits in P11 right now. And here's a car to watch for tonight, Austin Beers. The points leader for the majority of the first part of the season before he had to attend to some real-life duties. Being a modified driver and all has its obligations and commitments, but you can see through already that number 19 looking very fast, runs up high in turns 3 and 4 in his warm-up lap to get a good run here for lap number 1. He was quickest in practice, an 11.888, and we'll see if he can replicate that here in qualifying. Those bumps are just horrendous. You could see the front end of that machine is just all over the place. He boards his qualifying run there with an 11.920, goes to position number 1. Usurps his teammate Ty Alcas out of that position. Currently, it is a Team Fenceline Motorsports 1-2. Here's James Watson in the number 39, the Team Watson Racing machine, the brightest car in the track that's always going to be there. We'll see what he can do. He was pretty quick in practice, I believe, at position number 3, the first of the non-Team Fenceline Motorsports cars, and away she goes. He's gonna spin it out here on his first timed lap, and that might hurt his second one as well. Those tires are still going to be a little bit hot, and he's not going to really have the exit of turn 4 speed that you would normally want to have on a fast lap like that. So he currently is 17th, and just a lot of problems with the rear end of that machine. He was all over the place and just could not put the fast lap down like he needed to. So unfortunately for him in P11, he's going to have his work cut out for him tonight. Another RKM car here, Dallas Myhand on the track. We'll see what kind of a lap time he can put out. He struggled a little bit in practice. A 12.301 was his lap time, and we'll see how close he gets that here in qualifying. About 5/10 off right now, and a 0.836. So hopefully he's going to get that wound up a little bit more and get some time out of there. A 6.89 as he throws his car into the pits forcefully. So Dallas Mayan looking for a little bit of speed as we head into tonight. Eric Ziegel, number 55, out on track, and this should be a quick lap here as well. Those TFM cars were all very quick in practice. Ooh, but it loose out of turn number 4, and that's going to hurt his lap time, and that's going to hurt it even more. That spin in turn number 4, he's going to hurt his first timed lap, and certainly his second one as well. So another driver that might be on the, might be looking to do some work here in these, especially this first race. 3 races tonight, 100 laps each. So we'll be having 300 laps of Slinger Motorsport, Slinger Speedway action for you tonight. We're almost done with qualifying here, so it's gone through pretty quickly. Darren Stapp on the track here. He was pretty quick in practice, 12.021. If he can replicate that, he would be lining up position number 4. Actually, he tied Gilberto Javier Gamera's lap time as of currently, and actually lining up 5th on account of Gilly setting it first. Start his first lap. And right to the top of the board goes Darren Stapp with a 11.915. He beats Austin Beers by about 5/1000ths of a second. So he's going to love that one. Here's Ty McIntosh in the number 10 machine. Some new colors for this one tonight. Promoting the Asheville Taurus minor league baseball team. And, well, I might know who painted that, because that person who did paint that is myself, so going to be good to see this one going around the track. It's actually kind of a collaboration between Ty and I. He painted the truck version of this for another league, and we kind of just bounced ideas off each other. He sent me the design, and I put it on the Gen 6 for him for whatever he wanted to do here. But in his qualifying run, he ends up in position number 9 with a 12.212, a little bit slower than he ran in practice, and probably wanted a little bit more out of that. Here's Noah Brown in the 65, another Redux racing car. As we mentioned in the intro, the Redux Racing crew, they head the point standings, top 3 of them right now, so it's going to be Noah and then Daniel Gore to conclude our qualifying festivities before we head off into the race. But first time lap, a little bit loose out of turn number 4. That's going to hurt his lap time, and yes, it does. Puts him up into, where is he? Actually in the 14th position. Loose again. Rare that car just not settled in the track. Actually did not set a practice lap time, so I believe he's going to get an EOL. Yeah, here's Daniel Gore. 3rd time in a row we've seen the retro-themed Mojo Paints car. So I might enjoy seeing this one out there tonight. Daniel Gore, not so shabby in practice, was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in practice there tonight. We'll see where he can line up. A 12.131 his first lap there, so it's position number 7. We'll see if lap 2 can be any better for the 3-time reigning champion. Just a little bit quicker, a 12.100 for him. So he's going to stay there in 7th. And that concludes our qualifying event for tonight. We will be lining up for heat number 1 pretty shortly. And Carlos, that's an RKM pole. How about that?
I think that's back to back.
Back to back, it sure is. So hopefully he can keep that speed here in the race. It's going to be a long one here tonight, potentially. If we go, well, if we don't go green, it will be a long one. If we do go green, it'll be like probably 30 minutes.
How about we get him with a quick word?
We sure can. Yeah, let's Hey Darren, this is Cam in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, quick little pre-race interview for you here. Well, you went out there and you beat the TFM cars of Beers and Alcas and everyone else as well. Tell us about that lap you ran and what are you looking for tonight's races?
Well, I was kind of just, I was obviously looking at what the fast guys were doing there. And kind of, luckily I had a bunch of Team Fence Line guys going in front of me there, so I could kind of see what they were doing. And yeah, no, if I'm honest with you, that's entirely what it was. I just picked up on what they were doing. Didn't expect to beat Beers, definitely not. He's going to be one of the fast guys tonight. And I guess not really actually much else to say, just saw what they were doing with third gear and just tried my best because I was running practice in fourth the whole time, so won't say that it was entirely luck, but definitely wasn't doing what I did on that lap in practice at all.
Well, looking at the chat here, Zach Evans, he says, seriously, Darren, sour cream and onion. So can you explain that one real quick?
Shit. They're good. I mean, I don't. Okay, to be fair though, I have odd chip tastes. My favorite are definitely like either salt and vinegar chips or dill pickle chips. I've always liked those, so just saying, sour cream and onion I think is a little. I think it's like the right in between of you either love it or you hate it. I think they're right in between there, but I could be wrong on that. I don't know. Yeah, they're good chips.
All right. Well, we're going to be going green here in about 2 minutes here. Real quick before I let you go, any sponsors shout outs real quick for the race?
I forgot to put it again. I forgot to put the paint on. I reminded myself a bunch of times before this, but I forgot to. Anyways, Accelerated Cloud Solutions. What's always on my car, the Cloud car. It looks awesome, and I really wish I brought it to a track like this, especially since I got pole. And then RK Motorsports for always giving me the ride every single season. And then, my teammates of Kinda in Dallas, we were talking amongst each other, trying to figure out what they were doing. I managed to pull it off. I don't know how still, but hopefully the track position will keep us up front and keep us out of the carnage early, at least in this first half.
That certainly is a plan. Well, we'll see how it goes tonight. Get yourself ready for 300 laps. It's going to be a long one, but good luck out there, Darren.
All right.
Hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of these races.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks.
All right, post sitter Darren staff looking for some good luck here tonight. And if I am correct, which I don't want to be incorrect, so I'll just look at it and see at the results here. And yes, I am looking for his first win of the season. And what a place to do it here. We got 3 races for you tonight. We've said that a few times, but just going to reiterate, 3 races, 100 laps each. So plenty of racing at this quarter-mile bull ring to bring you, and it's going to be certainly an event. Where race control is, we are advancing at 15 past the hour, which is, well, right now, it's just been advanced, so we'll be getting the grid rolled up here shortly. There we go. Got some dynamic views of the track and its facilities, its surrounding facilities. Pretty nicely modeled, all of that. Darren Staff, we just talked to him. He's on the pole next to Austin Beers, the number 19 Team Fence Line Motorsports Fence Line Films machine. Another fence line motorsports machine there in third. Ty Alkus lines up next to David Westergreen in the number 9. Gilberto Javier Gamera, he's had some good runs lately. He lines up in the 5th position next to Thomas Capuano in 6th. A lot of Team Fence Line Motorsports up there in the top echelon of the field. No surprise there. Daniel Gore lines up 7th next to Adam Peeler in the 8th position. Connor Jones and Ty McIntosh line up in row number 5. Eric Ziegel, the last of the Team Fence Line Motorsports cars, surprisingly enough, he lines up in the 11th position next to Neil Rutt in 12th. Aaron Evans and Dave Carpenter, that's row 7. Noah Brown in the 15th position lines up next to James Watson in the 16th. 17th is Sam Boutwell in the Tom Bolin Ford next to Dylan Gooden in the 18th. 19th is Ray Bracey in the Bojo Paints sponsor machine next to Dallas Myhan for RK Motorsports. 21st is Dylan Thomas in the 03 next to Nate Hall in the number 5. And our last starter on tonight's race is Patrick Hahey in the number 87 back there in 23rd. Plenty of cars here for this event. Plenty of cars for sure, but Pace car has pulled off there, and we are ready to go green here. Right there, early green flag in the middle of the corner for half the field. It is a good start on the outside for Austin Beers, but here comes Darren Staff to fend that charge off on the inside, and he does it for now, but it's very hard to do that, and it's going to be Austin Beers out of turn number 4 with the good run. He might clear the 45, but not quite. We're 2x2 throughout most of the field right now, kind of stacked up everywhere. There goes Austin Beers off into the distance. He gets around Darren Staff, trying to pull David Westergreen along with them. Darren Staff a little bit loose there out of turn number 4, but keeps it under himself, and I think somebody was out there on the wall. Ty McIntosh with some problems, and not sure if he is, I don't think that car is dead, but he should be able to keep it going here.
Aaron Jones on the as well.
Patrick Hahey has spun out. Aaron Evans on the figure 8 course, trying to find his way back onto the racetrack. And Neil Rutt inside of the, he's gone off on the grass in the backstretch to Ty. That was a bit of a weird accident there for Ty. I don't think he's dead though, so good to see that. But we have some carnage already here on lap number 6 of this first of the 100 lap trios, and Austin Beers currently leads Ty Alkus by 0.6 of a second. And the surprise of the night there is that Austin Beers is leading at a short track race here in the OSCA Racing League. Daniel Gore there in the 69. He has gotten himself up to the 4th position. Top of the screen, there is Noah Brown, his teammate, up to 10th.
Getting around. My hand.
Yep, we got a couple. There we go. First caution of the night. And interestingly enough, that race control, or iRacing race control, never threw the caution. That was actually done by our race control. So it is not really that sensitive with the cautions here, but we'll see what happened. And Dylan Thomas, or excuse me, Dylan Gooden, the other Dylan here, just, yep. Kind of gets up there into the corner a little bit hot. Plunks the 27 of Peeler, almost turns Peeler. And then, he gets kind of bumped from behind and then kind of causes the rest of it there. So a multifaceted incident that I believe race control is called on the 78 of Dallas Mayan. Plunks the 75 around, and kind of some instant karma there in a way. When you punt a guy and then the guy ends up hitting you, that's usually kind of instant karma and whatnot there. But the race control has seen that on Dallas, and a good break for Ty McIntosh. He gets back on the lead lap. I think he had just gone a lap down once that caution came out.
We're ready, 1 to green.
Already 1 to green, and Aaron Evans is not caught up to the back of the field. He actually had to drive around right there, but either way, here we go. Green flag out once again. Huge jump on the outside. Ty Alkus is all sorts of sideways. Going to save it, but lose tons and tons and tons and keep losing tons of spots here. He goes all the way back to about the 15th position. Back to the field, it looks like, for the Alcus machine, and he has lost it all there. Austin Beers, though, huge jump on the outside there. Was about 3 car lengths clear of everyone by the time they got to turn number 1. But here comes Daniel Gore. He's got himself up to the 2nd place. Going to be Beers' biggest challenger right now. On board with Gore here, 3 and 4, and you can just see these cars bottoming out all over the place. There's so many sparks being thrown that it's probably a fire risk, but either way, going along pretty good. That number 19 was looking very quick, but I think if I had to take a guess, might be saving just a little bit at this point in the race, because definitely very, very, very quick on the short tracks. Top of the screen is James Watson in the 39. He's running back in the 10th position, trying to go around the outside of Gilberto Javier Gomera. Gilly going back in the wrong direction, started in the 5th position, and James going in the right direction, started back in the 16th position, making his way forward. And there's a battle between Ray Bracey and Dave Carpenter. That's for the 11th position, right behind the aforementioned battle between Watson and Gomera. And both of those drivers going in the right direction, Carpenter and Bracey. Bracey on the outside of Carpenter. Looks like the outside is kind of sort of the preferred groove, at least for passing right now. There's 3 wide, Sam Boutwell, Ty McIntosh, and Dylan Thomas. That's tight out of turn number 4. They're going to keep it off each other somehow, some way. Ty Alcus decides he wants to drive into the side of, I believe that was Sam Boutwell, and he goes ahead and does so, but all good right now. The lead 0.5 of a second right now between Daniel Gore and Austin Beers. Dave Westering runs 3rd, Thomas Capuano 4th. Noah Brown has made his way up to the 5th position. Great drive for that 65. There's Neil Rutt having some issues. I think that might have been... Nope, race control has thrown a caution flag here once again. And that is Adam Peeler parked up in turn number 1. Going to bunch up the field here for the 2nd time in tonight's first trio of races. I'll have to assume that the 66 of Neil Rutt was involved here, and
Oh my!
certainly enough, it's teammate and teammate violence, and that violates the first rule of stock car racing. Neil drives through some safety vehicles that aren't actually modeled fully, and goes to the other side of the racetrack. So smooth moves 2 for 2 tonight for Neil Rutt. He is doing a good job at that. 27 Adam Peeler got loose there and just kind of nowhere to go. Not an egregious move on any stretch of the imagination for Rutt or Peeler there. Just some bad luck and whatnot there. But it's our race recap so far. Lap 27 of 100. We're almost at a third of the distance of the first third, and we have had 1 lead change. Austin Beers took the lead away from Darren Staff and has not looked back yet. Darren Staff back to the 7th position. We are already ready to go. Green flag racing once again here, and field's not caught up yet, but we are going. There they go. Austin Beers, a huge jump once again. Gets well clear of the field before we get to turn 1, and away he goes. The battle is for potentially 2nd here. Daniel Gore and Thomas Capuano going at it. And Noah Brown on the inside of David Westergreen. He continues to be at risk of losing more spots. But out of turn number 2, he keeps it for now, and they are all over the place behind them, 2 by 2 for about 3 or 4 rows deep, and everyone has not figured a way to get themselves into the position that they want. Yeah, battle for 9th here. Gilly and Kynan Jones going at it. Jones on the bottom. Looks like that's been a hard place to be when you're trying to pass someone tonight, but trying to do something about that. Dave Carpenter and Ray Bracey behind them, still going at it. Caution has not dampened their spirit to fight for that position, and Ray currently has it by just a nose. He's got his teammate of Ty McIntosh behind him, trying to push him through. And I'm sure Ty is probably saying to Ray, figure it out. I need you to, he looks like a little bit quicker right now, so he probably wants to get going here, but not much happening at the front. That's at the bottom left of your screen. Austin Beers leads Daniel Gore by about 0.5 of a second, and the battle for second heating up a little bit with Thomas Capuano, but a little bit further on back, Ziegel and Noah Brown are going at it, also with James Watson and David Westergreen fighting for the position behind that. So David Westergreen having some struggles at this point in the race, might have some grip related issues, burnt the tires off of it, or something like that, but he is not going in the right direction at all in that number 9 machine. Thomas Capuano looks very fast here on the back of that 69, trying to look for a way around. It's not going to be easy for him. Not a lot of places to pass on a quarter-mile racetrack. Sometimes you got to get physical, though. Use that front bumper, do it cleanly, and maybe you can move that guy in front of you up the racetrack a little bit. We're on board with him, with Thomas Capuano. We're going to see how he tackles this quarter-mile bull ring. Going into turn number 3, just a little bit higher than the 69. Trying to get a better run through the corner. Through turns 1 and 2. You can see how violent the bumps are on board and how much the 69 is bottoming out and sparking ahead of him. Just hard to find a way through and hard to make that pass work, but Daniel Gore has gotten himself he's gotten himself a little bit of distance there. A little bit of breathing room to the back of the 21 of Thomas Capuano. Ty Alkus and Ty McIntosh going at it for the 13th position, a little bit further on back. And then Noah Brown and Eric Ziegel going at it. So Team Fenceline versus Redux Racing continues here in a microcosm of that entire rivalry tonight here at the Slinger Speedway. Eric Ziegel gets around the 65 to put himself up into the 4th position, leaving Noah Brown and Daniel Gore, the last two remaining, the only two Redux cars there in the top 5, and the other 3 are Team Fenceline cars. But James Watson gets around Noah Brown as well, so a lot of position changing here in tonight's race so far. It has not been starved for action whatsoever. We've strung out just a little bit here, but clicking off some green flag laps, not the worst thing that could happen at this stage in the race. Ray Bracey on the top of your screen. He's kind of settled himself into the 11th position. Gotten around Dave Carpenter right there. So trying to do something with that number 99 of Gilberto Javier Gamera in front of him. Gilly has settled down a little bit too, and well, as I say that, very loose there off turn number 4, given the door, giving a door opening for Ray Bracey and company to come on through, and he's gonna fall like a rock here, unfortunately for Gilly. It seems like when his luck is going well, it does sometimes find a way to go unwell, so you hate to see that for him. On board here with Ty back in 13th. We saw him have that issue running into the attenuator wall right there to your right that covers the pit lane entry. I'm not sure how much damage that would have gave his car. Circled it there on the screen. Oh, well, he's into the back of the other Ty, and that sends Ty Alkus sideways a little bit. I'm not sure if that was a misjudgment on the braking point, or if it was a bit of a, hey, get out of my way type bump, but Ty Alkus has kept control of it and driven back around number 10. Not sure how much damage that, I'm not sure how much that damage is affecting Ty here at this type of track. Of course, it's aero damage not really going to matter too much to an extent at Slinger, but you know, who knows if that actually bent the suspension on that right front or whatnot, whatever. Here's on board with Kynan Jones, a little bit up from Ty McIntosh. Kynan Jones runs in the 9th position. Then here's Darren Staff in the 7th. 7th or 6th position. He's in a battle with Noah Brown there, and this is a good camera view of that battle. You can see how they navigate the track. Noah Brown on that inside line, and Darren Staff on the outside line. Very, very quick lap times here. Requires absolute concentration. don't want to lose spatial awareness at a place like this. And it definitely is a mental challenge. You just kind of have to... Rhythm is what gets you trophies in stock cars, really. So doing the quick thing over and over and over and over again at a place like this is what typically you find success with. And Darren Staff there on the outside, he is battling hard with Noah Brown for it right now, and going to lose out just a little bit for now, but it is a back and forth affair between these two, and they are not going to give it up for that 6th position. Austin Beers has navigated some lap traffic and looking to do more, so getting himself a bit of a distance and car position gap between him and Daniel Gore behind. Each car he laps will be a car between him and the 69, which helps kind of pad his lead just a little bit. He gets around the 75 of Dylan Gooden now. Now gets around Peeler and Patrick Hahey, who are having their own little battle there, so they're quite entitled to do what they need to do. Austin Beers now lapping the 47 of Sam Boutwell. The lead about 1 second between Gore and Beers currently. As Gore gets around the P75 of Dylan Gooden. And bottom of your screen, Ty McIntosh and Ty Alcas. The two Ties have not been able to shake each other. They're still battling for the 12th position here. So we saw Ty Alcas have some issues earlier on, was running up at the top 5, got loose, and just about wrecked the car, and has struggled to find his way back up into contention here, currently in the 12th position, trying to get himself back up there and do something with that. And I got to think that the tires might be very sensitive here, because everyone we've seen really have a loose issue like that. Oh, hey, he goes around.
No caution.
That is Patrick Hahey's going to get it going again. I got to think, I don't know, I saw the bumper of the 21 shortly thereafter. I got to think that maybe he was involved. There on the screen certainly was. I think Thomas had shown his nose, and as the lap car, you got to think he was going to take that though. So aggressive driver from the 21, but either way, with 30 laps to go at a quarter-mile track, would be kind of what you'd expect probably from one of the leaders. So that is what it is. Certain people are going to have different opinions on that, but either way, everyone is good to go. Ray Bracey gets around the 71, stays around the 71, gets himself up at position. I think they passed someone back there. Maybe I'm tripping. I could definitely be tripping there. So Ray Bracey, they're running in the 10th position. And we do have a battle for third brewing up a little bit. I keep messing these names up. Lord have mercy. It's going to be a long night. Thomas Capuano and James Watson, they have caught each other somewhat. Thomas Capuano has kind of backed up. James Watson has sped up a little bit. As I say that, Thomas Capuano has also sped up a little bit too and got himself some distance from that 39. So the lead about 1.7 seconds currently. Austin Beers has exited the zip code this track is in and gotten himself into a new one. Daniel Gore kind of also in his own little zip code too. It's about a 3 second, 2.5, 3 second gap back from him to Thomas Capuano and friends back there. See here, Eric Ziegel back in 5th. This is about a half of a track gap back to the leader is Eric Ziegel, 6.9 seconds behind he's about half of a track behind, just to kind of tell you about how small this track is. Of course, lap time's only 12, 13 seconds or so, or 11, 12 seconds for the for the faster cars. So a 6 second gap is literally halfway around the track. So there's not a lot of time to stay on the lead lap if you are a little bit off the pace, and the leaders do come in a hurry in a place like this. 18 laps to go here. Austin Beers taking the lead, or taking the lap down cars and putting down one at a time, but not being too aggressive with them, just doing what he needs. Really, when you're leader like this, it really is on, the pressure's on the second place car to really be more aggressive and get through the cars quicker, with a gap like that especially. So out working on Aaron Evans. Evans already 5 laps down, so he's going to go another lap down. Not much else happening on the track. There is a battle between Darren Staff and Eric Ziegel. That is for the 5th position. Staff on the bottom, Ziegel on the top. Darren Staff running his Alan Walker electronic music themed car that he ran last week, and he was talking about bringing the wrong car here, but either way, cool little car. And we talked about Alan Walker. Very few people probably actually knew who that was here in OSCA, but either way, putting a good run with the car. Eric Ziegel gets the position, stays in the position because he was already running 5th. Western Green has been on the struggle bus back to the 9th position a little bit. Was running in the top 3 early on and has not been able to keep the speed in that number 9 car, but staying in the top 10 for now. Ooh, Peeler in the wall. He is slow. He is going again. 10 laps to go. We'll re-rack the top 10 real quick because it'll be pretty. It'll be just a couple minutes here if we keep going. Keep it green when we finish the race. Austin Beers, Daniel Gore, Thomas Capuano, James Watson, and Ziegel is your top 5 currently. Staff, Brown, Jones, Gracie, Wester Green now in the 10th position. Noah Brown looking racy on the 45 of Darren Staff. That's Noah Brown wants that 6th position now over Darren Staff and trying to get it around him, but as we've seen all race, it's tough to pass on that inside line. Was a little bit of contact a couple laps ago between these two, but just a touch, just a tap. No harm, no foul for either car. And as that happens, Darren Staff on Eric Ziegel again, trying to get that position away from him. So a little 3-car battle here for this 5th position. A mistake for Ziegel or Staff could open the door for Noah Brown to maybe do something here. Probably the best battle on the racetrack as of now. 3 laps to go at Slinger, so just a minute or so if we actually keep it green here. Noah Brown's going to try the outside around Darren Staff. That's probably the best place to be right now. He's going to follow the 55 of Ziegel and maybe try something with him, but 2 laps to go here for the leader. Leader's at the top of your screen. He's lapping Ty McIntosh right now. White flag in the air for Austin Beers. It's going to be pretty elementary for him, I think, as long as no mistakes. He's got a 2-second lead on Daniel Gore and through 3 and 4. Race 1 belongs to Austin Beers. Battle for 5th is still underway. Noah Brown gets aggressive with the 55 of Ziegel and bumps him out of the way, gets the 5th position. 65 of Noah Brown gets the elbows out. And good little run to the finish there. He got around Darren Staff and Eric Ziegel and gets that 5th position, but we will re-rack them here real quick. And I don't believe we don't have a break here between races, so we will get all of our interviews here at the very end of the night. We'll probably do race winners and then someone else, but it's going to be Beer and Gore lining up there in first and second. Thomas Capuano and James Watson third and fourth. Noah Brown, we just saw him. He made that aggressive move on Ziegel to get past him, and they'll start next to each other here in the second trio of tonight. Darren Staff in seventh, and Ray Bracey got his way back, or he got his way up to eighth to finish the event. Kynan Jones ninth, and Dave Carpenter a top 10 for old Dave. Good job for him. That's where he'll start half number 2. Trio number 2. Dave Westergreen lines up 11th, next to Ty McIntosh there in 12th. Ty Alka's 13th, lucky 13th for him, next to Dallas Myhand in 14th. Gilberto Javier Gamero lines up 15th, next to Dylan Gooden in 16th. 17th is Sam Boutwell, next to Patrick Cahey in 18th. 19th is Aaron Evans, next to Adam Peeler in 20th. 21st will be Dylan Thomas, next to Nate Hall. And then Neil Rutt was the last finisher of the event. He will be starting last here in trio number 2. Before we get going here, I want to say quick shout out to all of our chatters here. I see Wolf Gaming Network, Thrasher, Camel Camping. Zach Evans had the comment about Darren's chip choice. Universal Playboy. So a couple of names that we've seen over and over tonight here. I want to thank you all for supporting 3Wide TV and the OSCA Rio Grande Mexican Girl Cup Series. And hope you enjoyed that first half. We're going to have 100 more laps here in this second. I keep saying half because it's an OSCA tradition to do halves. Trio. And we're doing a trio tonight. So our second trio of the night. No inverts, just in the name of preventing as much chaos as possible. So Austin Beers starts exactly where he finished. Three and 4. Early green flag here. Once again, good restart. Good start for the 19 of Austin Beers. He picks right up where he left off from that first half. We got a fresh set of cars here, fresh set of tires, and fresh set of pants for all these drivers in the field. We'll see how we can destroy all of them. Ty McIntosh in the back of the field was a little bit in the wall there. I think he just got loose off the corner, but all looking good on that end. He's battling on the outside with Kynan Jones for a top 10 position for the 10. And Daniel Gore, so he was had a big move there in turn number 2, made a move on the 19 of Austin Beers, but now he's going to be under fire from James Watson here. Through 3 and 4, James Watson give him the second position, not quite yet, was not able to pip the 69 at the line. Thomas Capuano there and Noah Brown behind this battle. Probably wishing they would figure it out at this point and someone go somewhere and do something, but we're on board here with Watson as he tries to navigate his way around the driver. The number 69, top of your screen, is Dallas Myhand. That's the 14th position and friends in the back. He rides behind the number 9 of David Westergreen. Already kind of seeing
around.
that is Ty McIntosh around. Another one. I think that is Peeler around in turn number 1.
No caution.
No caution. They all get it going here. Ty McIntosh, unfortunately, a lap down. There it goes. We'll replay and see what happened here, but
too much beans.
Ty McIntosh too much beans, and that might have been one of the slowest race control calls I've ever seen in my life. The wreck had already happened 7 to 10 business days prior when the caution was thrown, but either way, our first caution of the night, and I don't think there's any big hits there. I think just some damaged tires.
Peeler kind of came down and Evans hit him kind of pretty hard on the front. Let's go back and take a look at it from Evans' point of view. Because it may not be much, it just looked like a lot. That might be significant.
Yeah, definitely looks different from the onboard view here, but We will see what that does as we get the green flag rolling and get some laps here. Already getting set to get going green here. So love the quick cautions. Double file here lined up, and there we go. Already the green flag out once again. Austin Beers with the jump on the outside, and he's going to get the lead by turn 1. Battle for third, Capuano and Watson going at it. Now Watson loses third to Capuano, now under fire from Ziegel. Wide a little bit further on back, it was Darren Staff, Ty Alkus, and Ray Bracey. Darren was on the very outside there, but kept it under control, and everything all good for them. On board here with Eric Ziegel at the bottom of the screen. He's in that battle with the 39 of James Watson. There's the battle between Ray Bracey and Darren Staff for 7th position. A little bit further on back. They're going at it pretty well right there. Ray Bracey gets it. Couple RK Motorsports, excuse me, drivers there battling for the 12th position. Cotton Jones on the outside. Dallas Myhan on the inside there, and the lead already about a half second from Gore to Beers. But James Watson has figured something out. He's caught the number 69 of Beers, gotten himself around the shackles of the 29 or the 21 fight that he was in a little while ago, and has made some lap time here. We're on board with him, trying to figure his way out around the 69, and that's easier said than done, especially without much racetrack here. I think this has kind of boot-scooted Daniel Gore's pace up a little bit, because he has caught the number 19 of Beers just a little bit. See how violent the racetrack here is at the Patrick Hahey in the inside grass. The 47 of Boutwell. Oh, trouble for Capuano. He is around in turn 3. And caution. There is the caution. See what happened here. He's side by side with Ray Bracey, so we'll assume that's going to be who he hits, and just, well, not a good angle to see who was at fault, but he definitely made some contact with Ray.
I don't think Ray had anywhere to go.
I think that we can solidly say that's probably on the 21 for sure. Either way, we've had a few cameos tonight of the figure 8 course here at the Slinger Speedway. See one of the legs right there, and there's the crossover. They run a few events on that. I think they do like a destruction type event and some banger type races on that figure 8 course. And a couple of our drivers tonight have inadvertently found themselves down there. But there's the pace truck making the hard left turn onto it, which in real life he would go into the pits there. But either way, on iRacing, huge jump for Austin Beers. He's been doing that all night. He's got these restarts under control. Gets the lead into turn number 1. Battle for second. Ziegel on the outside of Gore. Good run for Ziegel. He was able to take that restart to his advantage. Not going to have the run here off at number 4, turn 4 that he needs, but keeping steady on that right rear of the 69 machine, keeping himself out there for the position. Battle behind them, Watson and Alkus going at it. Watson and Alkus door banging. Off of turn number 4, they're doing it cleanly though. Good short track racing here. We've seen a lot of that all night actually, somehow, some way here on iRacing. In the year of our Lord 2026. It's a rare event, but it's happening. It's a good battle between Gore and Ziegel. We've seen this a few times this season. These two race respectfully with each other, which is always a good sign. Gore gets it out of turn number 4, gets to position 2 himself. Now Ziegel's going to have to figure out a different way around that 69. What he did last time did not work. A bit further on back, saw a battle there between Kynan Jones and David Westergreen. That one got a little bit physical just for a moment. That's for 11th. Westergreen up the track. Here they go, banging doors once again. Not a lot of space here. You would think there would be, but there certainly isn't. It's only a quarter mile. Kynan Jones gets it from David Westergreen. A little bit further on back, Ty McIntosh trying to get himself back up from those earlier troubles he had. He's currently, reset my order here, currently P17. Another one who's had some issues here is Thomas Capuano. We're on board with him. He is currently P18, I believe, and that's Ty McIntosh right there in front of him. This one's gone a little bit quicker. We're working lap 37 of 100 right now, so this one's kind of flown by. P7 there. Dave Carpenter holding off Darren Staff and Ray Bracey for the moment. Darren Staff looks on the outside of Carpenter out of turn number 4. Not going to have any space or momentum to do anything for the moment. Eight-tenths of a second is the lead from Gore to Beers. It might be a battle between those two tonight for any type of win. I think they've been the class of the field, and it's been a toss-up for who's been third quick. It's definitely been Beers and Gore, the quickest 2 of the night so far, and I don't think anyone's too terribly surprised by that coming into tonight's event. Daniel Gore was your points leader on account of, I mean, he's picked up his runs, but also some of the team fence line guys have not been here, namely Austin Beers has missed his 2 races, I believe, in a row, so he's making his return tonight and doing exactly what we kind of saw him do a lot on the early part of the season. Oh, Gore was sideways. Gore was really sideways. What happened to him? He has fallen down behind his teammate Noah Brown. Also under fire from Dave. Oh, Carpenter, some contact there. Have to check the replay here and see what happened to the 69. He was digging to catch the 19 there, and hearing that he accidentally tapped his clutch and just kind of lost all the momentum he had and wouldn't really get back going there. So, I mean, we saw that in qualifying, Carlos. Some of the cars that had spun really couldn't get going, and some of them spun again. So, just tires not like to hook up here tonight, but Ty Alkus there in the 4th position, battling with Noah Brown currently. This is kind of the best run we've seen Alkus have in a long while. He's part of that very strong Team Fence Line Motorsports stable and has had a lot of bad luck. Some of it self-inflicted, some of it not, but has not had the runs that we probably expected of a driver like him to have, but definitely up here in the 4th position. That's kind of more so what we expected out of Ty. Halfway in tonight's 2nd trio of races. Gore behind his teammate Noah Brown. That was a costly slide for the reigning champion of the series, going back from 2nd to 6th position. So definitely not what you like to see, and we'll see how easy he is, or how easy he can regain those positions back. But as of now, looks like passing is definitely tough. Track position at a premium tonight. Just from the look of things, I've seen passing, but some of it has been physical and not as clean as it could have been, but either way, it's been happening. On board here with Dave Carpenter right behind Daniel Gore. Dave running 7th currently. Gained a couple spots from his starting position back there in 10th, so Dave having a good little run tonight, and He knows his way around these short tracks. Nightfall is starting to approach, as we can see the camera lens getting a little bit darker at the top and bottom of the screen, and then the sparks are a little bit brighter. So we are about 7:15 sim time currently, and race 3 should be under complete darkness. Around Ty Alcus going at it once again. Noah gets around Ty and moves himself up into the 4th position. And we're looking to follow his teammate and get around that team fence line car of Ty Alcus as well. This is quite calmed down from a little bit a while ago. He kind of strung out the whole field. Side by side in the back there a little bit, but most of those are lap down cars. Dallas Myhan there on the outside. He was in at 12th, battling for Dylan, with Dylan Gooden for that position. And it's Ty McIntosh and Neil Rutt. So actually, none of these are lap down cars. My apologies. I am just completely incorrect on that statement. Neil Rutt backs out of that battle with Ty, and Neil probably not having as good of a night as he would think he should be having here tonight. No, Dylan Thomas immediately toes back to the pits, and we are not going to have a caution for that one. Dylan has not had a good night either. He's struggled here at this Slinger Speedway. We got someone parked on the racetrack. Dylan Gooden. Dylan Gooden has gotten spun around, and we had him parked on the track for a minute.
Oh, contact with, I think, Ty.
Oh, wow. Replay here, and that might be a 2-for-1 for Ty. Re-roll that one more time, but Ty might have gotten Dallas, who might have gotten Dylan there. Or with Ty, and yeah, that looks like a 2-for-1. Well, either way, no harm, no foul, not too much damage for any of those cars involved, I don't believe. We have lap cars going around the leader to get their laps back now. It's our 3rd caution of the second trio. We are not at all formed up under the... we're going to extend the caution. I was about to say, we are not at all formed up here, not ready to go green whatsoever. While we get this extra lap of caution, why don't we just re-rack the top 10 here real quick. Austin Beers is your leader, followed by James Watson, Noah Brown, Eric Ziegel, Dave Carpenter up to 5th now. Great run for that 71. Daniel Gore in 6th, Ty Alcus 7th, Ray Bracey 8th, Kynan Jones 9th, and Darren Staff is 10th. Quick little stop on the racetrack to let the pace car redo its thing, come back out on the racetrack, and going to redo the field. There we go. Pace truck makes the hard left turn into the infield figure 8, and trouble for James Watson. He has spun it on the start immediately.
Second time we've seen that from the second place driver.
Yes, sir. That was one of the starts of all time. We'll go on board with James for it. You can see he just... Was there any contact from behind? I did not actually see, because that car just went around. No, race control deemed that was on him, so I would have to assume that kind of clears that one up. But Austin Beers was... he had already V1 rotated, took off by the time James went going, and James just kind of, I think he did what you kind of say, Carlos, and a little too much beans, lit it up, and around she went. Fourth caution of the night. That puts Noah Brown into the second position, and my oh my, Noah Brown and Austin Beers. That's been one of the rivalries of all time sim racing history. These two have some beef. It's not that much beef, and it's kind of funny beef, but they do have a little bit. At least they did. I don't know if it's a thing anymore, but they're already going green here once again. Still have cars in the back trying to catch the pack, but green flag out once again. Great restart for the 19 of Beers. We've seen that all night so far. 24 laps to go. Noah Brown holds off Ziegel for P2 currently. Ziegel on that outside line, a little bit loose. He's going to be under fire from Carpenter and Gore. Gore with the middle. Oh, trouble! Big trouble for Gore. Number one, he is around. That 3 wide did not work for him, and he gets turned around. No, they were 3 wide and ran out of room, but Gore shoots the middle here, and just a little bit of net code, actually. I don't think there was actually real contact there between Ziegel and Gore, unfortunately. Race control also deems it as such, unfortunately, so you hate when that happens, especially here on the short tracks where, you know, beating and banging's to be expected. The iRacing netcode sometimes just does not play nicely with it, and we saw it there with Daniel Gore being the unfortunate not benefactor of it, I guess, is what we're looking for. We're ready to do it again. Pace truck has pulled off, and there goes Beers. We're taking the green flag about halfway through turns 3 and 4, so Beers on the outside line getting a great jump. Aaron Staff and Kinda Jones all the way up to the very top of the racetrack trying to make something happen, get some grip or some position where there's not any cars around them, and Aaron Staff was able to make a move. He's now outside of Ty Alkas, trying to get himself up to the 5th position. And that battle rages on. Oh, there's a wreck in the back. David Westergreen involved. I see Dallas Myhand. Turn 3. And we have gone from green to messy quickly here in trio number 2. See what the replay says about what happened. I'm going to say, well, David Westergreen. He got all sorts of sideways, and then...
No help.
Dallas Mayan was there, and they kind of just... Dallas Mayan got ran into the back of when he checked up, and that was a chain reaction event, but definitely started with the 9 getting loose there, and away they all went. Well, that's our 6th caution of the night, so I think that maybe equals or ties us with half number 1. I can't actually remember anymore. lay the green for one more lap, but it should be, I believe, 13, 12 laps to go once we get going green here.
11.
11 laps to go once we go green here. Pace truck is off. Oh, trouble! Big trouble for the leader! Austin Beers has gotten spun out of the lead. Wow, what happened there? Caution once again. I think we're hearing that Austin Beers is not happy with Noah, so we're gonna assume that those two were involved with something coming to the green here. Certainly enough.
That actually might be netcode.
Noah. There definitely was some netcode there. Noah was trying to keep it tight to Beers. But the netcode is not playing nicely tonight with these drivers, and that really shouldn't have caused that kind of an issue. Yeah, that's not very good. That shouldn't have caused that kind of an issue there for Beers and Noah. But unfortunately, just netcode not playing nicely tonight. But what a turn of events that puts Dave Carpenter into the lead with gonna have about 7, 8, maybe 6 laps to go once we get going green here.
It might be 5, because we're at 7 to go, and there's still not at 1 to go yet.
So what a night for Dave Carpenter it would be.
1 to green. Restarting with 5 laps to go.
5 laps to go here. And there we go. Oh, trouble on the restart for Dave Carpenter. It's now him and Ziegel that got together. We just cannot figure it out tonight. That puts Ty Alkus into the lead. So Ty Alkus looking for his first win in the Cup Series here, and what a way to get it if he was able to survive all of this chaos. But my oh my, what a way to lose it there for the 71 of Dave Carpenter. Dave Carpenter was looking for his first Premier Series win here in the OSCA Racing League, and got to think that going to be a much harder affair now from back in 17th with 3 or so laps to go. So very, very unfortunate for the driver of the 71. But either way, 2 restarts in a row where we've had restart issues with the leader getting spun out, which is if I had a nickel for type situation.
Green, white, checkered.
Our first of 1 green white checker tonight. It's definitely looked very clean there for a little while, but it's now TFM between Ty Alkus and Eric Ziegel. Austin Beers has gotten himself back up into 3rd there, so great restart for all of them here. It's going to be a green white checker here at Slinger Speedway for trio number 2. Ziegel loose to 3 wide. There's contact with Brown and Staff there. They're wrecking out of turn number 2. Caution, and the race is going to be over. That's going to be official, and I believe with that, Ty Alkus is going to be the winner of trio number 2 with Austin Beers in a 2nd, Eric Ziegel 3rd, Darren Staff 4th, Kyna Jones up to 5th. Once they all finish, cross the line here, that will be official. And there it is. Chaos-filled race number 2 here of the night. And Ty Alkus gets his first win of the OSCA Rio Grande Mexican Grill Cup Series. All sorts of chaos there. Ziegel got loose. Darren Staff punted Noah Brown up the racetrack, and away they all went. It's the first win for Ty Alkus, and I believe the first top 5 of the year for the driver of the 89. I'll have to check that a little bit later on. But we have no room. We have no time for dilly-dallying here. We are straight into race number 3.
No, we're warm up.
Oh, actually, we are not.
We can talk to the first 2 winners.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. If we have them in here. We actually don't. We'll see if we can get them in here real quick. Give me just a moment. All right, I have informed the 2 winners up to this point. Let's see if we can get them in here real quick for some interviews. If not, we'll try to get them after the race. No big deal. All right. We'll get winner of half number 1 up here real quick because there he is. And let me just do some quick math in my head before I... 2, 3, 4th win of the season. Yep, for Austin. Austin Beers, you got a copy?
I gotcha.
All right, well, yep, want to get this out of the way. A familiar place for you to be here, winning at a short track, 4th win of the season for the driver of the 19. Saw you get the victory in half trio. I keep saying that. Trio number 1, and have some shenanigans there with the driver of the 65 in half number 2. But tell us about your night so far.
Yeah, it's been good. It was chaos free until 10 to go, but it is what it is. I feel like I got chased up the racetrack on that restart and spun out. It was called an echo, but I feel like I was gonna get turned anyways. But yeah, first and second, probably should have won the second one, whether it stayed green or on that restart it stayed green as well, because I was under Alcus. I feel like I was a little bit better than him, but congrats to Alcus. Good, he finally showed up here this year and got himself a win.
Yeah, he sure did. We were talking about his struggles there. Finally getting up there and running with the big dogs and with the rest of TFM. Not to be disparaging or anything, but everybody else kind of running really well, and he was having lots of bad luck. So
Yeah,
good to see him get up there and do the do. But what are you looking for here in half number 3? I mean, you'll be starting P2, I believe, so not too far to get to the front, but you got all your teammates around you. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm just looking to grab the lead quick on this restart since I got the preferred lane, the top, and just try to do what I did in half 1 and just build about a 1-second gap, and then just ride around and take it easy through the lap cars and hopefully come out with a win.
Certainly is a strat, but before we let you go, any sponsor shoutouts?
Yep, Black Flag Podcast, Joy of Seating, Shark Lounge, Hacks Discord, Fenceline Films, Chalu Performance, Swift Springs, Brembo Brakes, Mountain Dew, SSR Suspension, Eric Ziegel, Thomas Capuana, Ty Alcus, and everyone on Fenceline Motorsports, especially Ziegel's wife, April, for always watching, everyone everybody on the broadcast team, and as always, Vic, for putting up with us idiots. Running Slinger has been pretty fun. I'm glad we get to come here.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you talking to us, Austin. Go lovingly tell Tom he is a dingus for me. Thank you. And
I will do that whether you told me to or not, so thanks.
All right.
All right, see ya.
And winner of half number 2. Ty Alcus, this is Cam Rich in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, first win here in the OSCA Cup Series, and what a way to do it. That was a relatively clean race up until about 10 to go, and then all hell broke loose, and you emerged through the fire and the brimstone to get your first Premier Series OSCA victory. Tell us about it.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, is all I could say. I just gotta thank, my teammates for running me very, very clean. And I'm just glad I could finally get my head out of my bum and actually start perform for once this season. They have not had good luck and been underperforming. But yeah, I just gotta thank really all my teammates and Tom. Tom, especially Tom, is a big part in this.
Yeah, and you talked about the bad luck. It's no secret that we've noticed a little bit too. Of course, TFM having a really great year, and you've been struggling with some bad luck here and there. But after tonight, we got an off week, and then we have the long race at Las Vegas. Then, rest of the normal season. Looking forward out of tonight, is there anything you have circled that you think you can really, really do well at throughout the rest of the season?
I mean, I just hope, honestly, to run all the laps, finish every race, and hopefully TFM just keeps performing like we have and winning a good amount of races. That's the goal, to win the Drivers and Owners Championship this year. So hopefully one of us drivers could take it down, and then us as a team also perform really well. But yeah, like I said, I got to thank Tom, Austin, Eric, everybody with TFM for allowing me to be on the team and race. And yeah, hopefully one of the TFM boys picks up this third race here in a little bit.
Well, heck yeah, Ty. Absolutely. And maybe it'll even be you. You start on the pole for it, so you can't really get much better than that. Before we let you go, any sponsor shout outs?
Just Tom, Fenceline Films, Natural Designs, and everyone else that just helps Tom out, and all his supporters, really. And yeah, Austin too, for being a great teammate as always.
All right. Well, good luck out there in trio number 3. Go put on a show for us, and congrats on the first one.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, winner of trio number 2 there, Ty Alcus. And we have one more opportunity here for Team Fenceline Motorsports to sweep the night, should they, if one of their drivers were to win trio number 3. That is a dead driver there in turn 4, I believe.
I think the helicopter's turned back around.
Yeah, it's gonna save fuel. Turn the helicopter around. It's gonna save fuel. I didn't even see who that was, but whoever it was. I think so too. Yeah, that certainly was Kynan. Kynan took the figure 8 and then off into the scenery there. And away was Kynan. We got 30 seconds here to go. And Carlos, I will admit here a little bit with some hesitance that I was a little bit worried about tonight's races going into tonight.
No, we still have one more race.
Well, it's still, but I mean, well, was it too early to? Did I just put a jinx on race number 3? I was gonna say, yeah, okay. Well, I'm not gonna say anything else. Okay, we do have a third race coming up, and it will be something. It will be an event. Something will happen. It might be bad or good or whatever. I'm not gonna say anything else.
We haven't seen in a long time.
What have
Somebody
we not
breaking
seen
the
in a long
sound
time?
barrier due to a glitch and then just essentially shooting off into space.
Yes. I always love that. You drive into like a a hole in the track or something, and it shoots you away.
It's been a while since we've seen one of those.
I feel like it's been a while since we've had racing too, even though it's been only 10 minutes. But either way, we do have the grid for trio number 3 coming up to you. It's going to be a Team Fenceline Motorsports 1, 2, 3 to start. Ty Alkus, Ty Alkus, Austin Beers, Eric Ziegel, they're 1, 2, 3. And Darren Staff up there in 4th. Conan Jones in 5th, so RK Motorsports looking strong there. Aaron Evans in 6th. Good finish for him there in that second trio. Thomas Capuano in 7th. Ty McIntosh in 8th. Daniel Gore in 9th. And Patrick Hahey in 10th. Gilberto Javier Gamera starts 11th. Sam Balwell in 12th. Lucky 13th is James Watson. David Westergreen 14th. 15th is Dave Carpenter next to Adam Peeler in 16th. And Noah Brown, he finished 17th, so he'll start 17th next to Neil Rutt in 18th. 19th is Dallas Myhan next to Ray Bracey in 20th. 21st is Dylan Gooden next to Dylan Thomas in 22nd. And Nate Hall, who I don't actually believe is here anymore, he starts 23rd if he chooses to do so.
I don't think Gooden is here either.
Dylan Gooden might not be here either, so we might only have 21 cars to start tonight's event, but 3 seconds to 1, and there we go. We are live. The pace truck will be rolling here in just a moment. So 100 more laps to end tonight's festivities, and very exciting. Always has some short track racing on iRacing. It always can be, you know, good or bad or whatever have you, but it's always glad to see. Always good to see short track racing. And there we go. Pace truck has made the hard left turn onto the figure 8, and there we go. Green flag is out. Austin Beers. Oh well, he's gonna get a black flag for that restart, and we will see if that is. He was not the leader, and he was the first to make it to the line.
Caution.
So there's a caution. Big wreck on the backstretch. Patrick Hahey involved, and I see James Watson there as well. Thomas Capuano also getting a piece of it. Let's see what the replay has to offer us. Patrick Hahey on the very outside of the track for whatever. Oh, well. Yeah, he went into the pit attenuator, I believe. On board with him, and well, there she goes into James Watson, and gets hit by Patrick Hahey as well. So race control teams, that start was legal. Austin Beers will keep the lead. Ty Alkus second, Eric Ziegel in third. And the other Team Fenceline Motorsports car, Thomas Capuano, involved in that last accident to a small extent. We are already packing up for the restart, our first of the night. Austin Beers on the outside line. He's been great there all night, and away he goes again into the lead. It's a battle for second between the TFM cars. Ziegel on the outside and Alkus on the inside. Ziegel gets the run here out of turn number 2. They're looking for 3 wide behind them. Ty McIntosh there on the inside. Thinks better of it on Aaron Evans, and Darren Staff going at it in front of
Caution,
him.
caution.
And Ray Bracy has spun around. Dallas My Hand involved as well. Let's see what happens here. I think Dave Carpenter got in the wall, but then got to Ray Bracy. Ray
That's
Bracy.
not related.
My Hand's issue not related. Bracy's issue kind of was, yeah, there was two accidents there at the same
Ooh.
time. Carpenter got ping-ponged and then ping-ponged Ray Bracy, and Bracy got all sorts of out of shape and never really collected the car and got plunked there by Dylan Thomas, it looks like. So Dylan Thomas's putrid night continues with that one.
Did you see the 21 making contact with the 71? That's what kind of caused that whole checkup to begin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there certainly was some. Certainly was one of the accidents of all time there. Race control calling that on Ray Bracy for a reason, so that's all
They're
right.
blaming it on Ray?
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, race control called it on Ray.
Okay.
I will say that is a decision, but we are back underway here at Slinger. Good restart once again for Austin Deers. He's been stout at
Oh,
this all
40
night.
in the wall.
Ooh, Aaron Evans is on the fence. Oh my goodness, he has stopped on the racetrack, but he was in the fence. I can't even contain myself with that one. We'll see what happens here. I know what you're talking about now, Carlos. I might have done the thing here, but
Oh,
he just oh my goodness.
you tried to taste the rainbow.
Some shades of Martin Truex Jr. at Richmond back in 2005. And just into the wall way too hard, on his side, a little bit on the fence, and into the pit attenuator wall.
He's trying to be like Herbie.
And I don't think he has race-ending damage from that
No
somehow.
black flag. Or excuse me, no meatball. Okay, people are saying I made a joke. I actually don't know what joke I did.
Well, pace truck lights are off. And we're going to do this again.
Oh, yeah.
And green flag out once again. Austin Deers off and away he goes. Eric,
Oh, no.
sideways is Alcus. Down there on. Oh, we're wrecking again. Dylan Thomas. Aaron Evans involved once again.
Hey, Cam,
You saved it all for last here.
Of not opening your trap before it's over.
Yes.
Let's take a look at what. How much beans? Oh, Bojo.
Kind of a big hit there for Aaron. Again, Aaron's been knocked around, and Dylan Thomas, I feel like nobody wants to get out of this track more than he does tonight. He's just had
Oh, he had help.
a night. Oh, yeah. Ty McIntosh got in the back of him just a little bit. Some more Ty on Ty violence. And not sure what happened.
See what race control becomes. We also have a driver interview waiting, by the way, if we want to get a chance.
Yeah, we sure do. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Why not? Hey, D West, this is Cam. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know you were out of the race until like 5 seconds ago, but what happened to you?
I got killed by Hey. Yeah, this is embarrassing, man. No other way. Nothing else to do about
you
it.
were in
So
that parking lot accident on the back stretch. We're back under green here. Yeah, it's. I think we've saved the best in quotes for last. This is a much different looking race than the first two certainly were. What did it look like out there for you?
It didn't look like much. I made it one corner. I've run more compelling and more fun races with beginners on Tuesday nights that you broadcast. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty much I'm over this, man. This league has gone way downhill over the last season or so, man. This has been a horrible year and it has not been fun.
Well, not the kind of words you like to hear. Were you planning on sticking around, or?
Nah. You can go to Aaron, but I'll shout out anybody who's watching and sponsors stuff. I'm sorry I never get a chance to do anything except for interview me when I'm wrecking because that's all I can do. So talk to Aaron, I guess. Have a good night, Cam. Hopefully this wasn't too horrible for you guys.
I can't say it was as bad as I thought. Tough luck for you. Hopefully it's a little bit better next week at the long one at Las Vegas.
I doubt it. Have a good one,
2
buddy.
weeks away, actually. Wes with something you don't want to ever hear from a driver after a race, but I'm going to see how Aaron feels about this one. Down here as well. Aaron, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, some hard hits out there. You were kind of in the fence there for a second, and then you went tumbling off there and into the pit wall. This race has looked a little bit different than the other two. I think it's been a little bit more messy. Tell us about tonight, or tell us about this one, and tell us about your night overall.
Well, I mean, I'll just start it off with, I think the first race I started like 13th, something like that. I finished it 19th, a couple laps down, so that's just following my trend for the season. It's a miracle I made it up to 6th, or 6th, 7th, whatever you want to call it, for the second race, and then I had a major loss of skill and talent, but I think that's a little bit normal for me, and here we are now in the pits because they're running green flag, waiting for my damage to get done. Probably just gonna call it.
Well, yeah, you certainly had a wild ride there, but I mean, you had a pretty good run there in the second trio with the 6th place finish, I believe. So
Yeah.
you can't say.
It was interesting, that's to say the least, with Bojo getting disqualified for the in-game, and then he's going to get that spot back for scoring because he had a meatball.
Okay, so bit of a technicality there, but either way, how are we looking? Well, we have an off week after this week, which is going to be nice, I think, for everyone. But long Las Vegas after that. I don't even know how long it is. It's like 200 laps, I believe. 156 laps, 234 miles. How are you looking forward to that one?
At the moment, without how this season has gone so far, I really only look towards the next week at most. So I'm looking forward to that off week, getting a chance to recuperate. Just because, like, tonight was my third lead lap finish of the season, which is a terrible stat. And I think that's getting in my head a little bit, so I'll take the time to get myself straight.
All right, well, it's always a good strategy, I think. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys up here in the booth first for turning in every week, even when it's a good week or even when it's a bad week. Bojo for making the paint scheme, and like normal, my fiance for always supporting me whether the night goes good or bad, especially the last couple where it's been pretty downhill.
All right. Appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, Aaron. Hopefully, the off week does provide you what you need, some R&R, and we'll talk to you again the week after.
With how the season's going, I'm sure it won't be long. So, but hopefully it's an upward trend from here.
All right, words from Aaron Evans, who let me check and see if he is not out of the pits just yet. Still getting repairs to that car and may or may not go back to the race. We are halfway here in the last 100 lapper of the night, and we have calmed down just a little bit with some of the racing. There is Thomas Capuano, who currently sits in 7th. Behind Neil Rutt in 6th, with Kynan Jones behind him in 8th position. So we have stretched out here just a little bit and calmed down. Everybody has minded their P's and Q's, and we are rolling.
We didn't have a chance to finish this. The last restart, race control, I changed a single car. That's probably been the reason as to why these guys have been able to go a couple more laps into this one.
Yeah, it's true. Didn't even notice that with the fact that we were doing the interview. So good call out that, and I think that has done what it needs to do with the race so far. A quick recap of the top 10 at halfway here at Theater. Ziegel Gore has made his way to 3rd. Darren Staff there in 4th. Noah Brown 5th. Thomas Capuano 6th. Neil Rutt 7th. Kynan Jones 8th. James Watson 9th. And Ty Alkus there in 10th position. I think that kind of shows us the overall kind of somewhat the speed of the cars here tonight. I think Austin Beers there has undoubtedly been the 5th fastest. Ziegel has been good. Gore has been good. Staff has been good. Toss up between one of those three maybe for 2nd place. Noah Brown has been up there. Thomas Capuano on and off. And Ty Alkus, of course, was the winner. James Watson, all of them. So definitely stretched out here just a little bit. Looks like Thomas Capuano is trying on Noah Brown to get around him. Made a move inside through turns 1 and 2. Was not able to complete the pass. Bottom is on board with race leader Austin Beers. He has been really good in all 3 of these races, and he even said it himself. He could have won all 3. Got spun out there on one of the restarts there with Noah Brown in the last one, and just has not been able to, or was not able to get back to the lead. Ended up winning that one, but. Yeah, a bit of a stack up here behind Noah Brown for the 5th position. That's Thomas Capuano, Neil Rutt, and Kynan Jones all behind. And we know Thomas Capuano, no stranger to using the front bumper to complete his passes. So Noah Brown going to have to check his mirrors and use discretion with what he's doing out there. Gaps on the racetrack. A pretty big gap from Gore to Ziegel. Gore actually just got around Eric Ziegel, I believe, or they are side by side. There they are. Gore on the inside of the screen there with Ziegel, and it's still hard to complete the pass on the outside. Ooh, bit of a contact there. They are all good, clean and green. Short track racing there. Gore noses ahead of Ziegel out of turn number 2. Cannot complete the pass. Eric Ziegel is hanging tough around that outside. This is great short track racing here between these two. They've been side by side for several laps at this point. Ziegel a little bit loose there on the outside. That might be what Daniel Gore needs to complete the pass here through 1 and 2. And there he goes. He is just clear and gets around the number 55, about 2 seconds behind race leader Austin Beers. Thomas Capuano has gotten below Noah Brown. They are sideways door banging, trying to wreck each other. They did not do it, I don't believe. You're still green here. Kynan Jones and Ty McIntosh going at it. Ty Alkus there also up there for the 8th position. Noah Brown got rooted back to the 7th position. Thomas Capuano and him were getting physical just a moment ago. They need to get a room, but either way, Thomas Capuano's got himself up to the top 5. McIntosh around Kynan Jones here out of turn 4. Daniel Gore has put a little bit of distance, and by a little bit, I do mean a little bit. It's not a whole lot at all, but we'll call it we'll call it a foot between himself and Eric Ziegel, so I don't think Ziegel is out of this fight just yet. Daniel Gore was able to complete the pass, but they get around Dallas Myhand, who has gone a lap down. Now it's time to navigate Patrick Hahey there out of turn 4. He sticks around the outside. Is going to be no problem for either of these two. I think at this point, Austin Beers has set sail. He is 2.6 seconds ahead of these two, and kind of just looks like another win for the number 19 coming in the books if we stay green and no other issues arise, but he'll have plenty of racing here to go. 22 laps here from Slinger. McIntosh and Ty Alkus going at it again. Here's Neil Rutt on Thomas Capuano for 5th. And the tie on tie battle right behind them. You see them both in the camera shot here. Bottom of the screen. Rutt on the bottom, Capuano on the top, trying to keep that 5th position. Ooh, Capuano goes a little bit wide, almost in the wall. Here's the tie on tie battle. McIntosh bottom, Alkus top. Neil Rutt gets around Thomas Capuano, and now he disposes of him to fight with Noah Brown. Noah Brown almost some contact with Capuano there. Ty McIntosh on Ty Alkus. We know these two are not going to. Oh wow, they're not going to shy away from fighting each other on track physically a little bit, and Ty McIntosh gets around Ty Alkus. Now Ty McIntosh on Capuano gets around him. Capuano loose. Now it's the Ty on Thomas show here. Lots of position change here within the last 20 laps, and normal for a short track. That's typically what you see in the Cars Tour and such, especially on the high tire wear tracks. They don't do tire changes in those types of races, so drivers who can save their tires tend to do well and drive through the field here at the end. Here's Ty McIntosh on Noah Brown. Big move on the bottom. Oh, trouble. That's almost trouble. Thomas Capuano, he's going to bump him again and into the back of Noah Brown. And we know that these two are not going to shy away from any type of physical fight neither. Report here with Ty Alkus. He had a great view of it all. He's also in his own fight with Kynan Jones for the 9th position. Ty Alkus and Kynan Jones going at it. Alkus on the bottom. Kynan Jones almost in the wall here. These walls seem to close in. Oh, some contact there between these two. Walls seem to close in on the exit of the corner, so gotta mind your P's and Q's and don't gas it up too early. Don't be too overzealous with the throttle inputs and plunk it in the wall there, but Brown has got himself back up to 7th. McIntosh with a good late race charge up to the 6th position. He might be fighting Neil Rutt here in a few laps. lead stabilized at about 2 seconds between Beers and Gore, so that's same position order we saw in race number 1. Capuano and Brown are going at it again, so we might see some fireworks at the end of this race. Brown on the outside, Capuano on the inside. We're on board with him. They're making contact in the wrong spot of the car. That's not where you want to do it, and somehow they both keep it under them. I don't think a caution is out of the order anytime soon when these last 5 laps, and I think that for Capuano's sake, he would be better off not giving that to his teammate with a 2-second lead on the field, so might want to find a better way to complete that pass on the 65 and Noah Brown, but still going good here for the rest of the field. James Watson and Gilberto Javier Gomera going at it currently for the 11th position. Ray Bracey in this fight as well, trying to get around Gilly. 2 laps to go here. 2-second lead for Austin Beers on the field. Final lap for the driver of the 19 for 2 wins on the night here at Slinger after 300 laps. Austin Beers has gotten himself 2 checkered flags at this quarter-mile racetrack and continues to add his points tally on the night. You can see some of the drivers immediately bailing out of here, and I think the jets or helicopters or whatever type of transportation that they enjoy using will be on standby for everyone, because I think everyone wants to get the heck out of Slinger. But a fun night nonetheless. Austin Beers does some victory burnouts, and the rest of the field does their thing here. We'll let these drivers rest and relax and get out of their cars and do other stuff. As the team fence line cars all kind of go in for a bit of a photo op, and we'll have some interviews for you shortly.
I know mics are cold, just to give you a chance to relax. You let me know when you want to come back.
Yeah, I need some water. I was starting to lose it there.
Oh, they're both setting themselves up for victory lane photos. That's kind of cute.
So, do we want to do like normal top 3 here at the end, or?
Yeah, dude, that's not bad. We can keep this
Okay.
one short. Let me know when you want to come back.
Ziegel will
Oh,
be
I muted
short.
the wrong thing. Everyone can hear us.
Oh,
I
well.
muted. Hello, everyone. I muted the broadcast chat. Hold on.
I know, Carlos. Anyway, we are back here at Slinger, and we've concluded tonight's 300 laps of action, and action it certainly was. Plenty of stuff went on all night tonight, good and bad and average, right there in between. But we'll get an interview with the top 3 of tonight's third half and get this show underway. And first, it's going to be third place finisher Eric Ziegel, who also has a 6th and a 3rd on the night. See what he has to say about it. Eric Ziegel, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. Well, third place here at half number 3, or well, trio number 3. A 6th and a 3rd to complement that in the others. It was pretty fun to watch out here from my perspective. What did you see on tonight's races?
Definitely fun. Tough track to pass. You really got to set the guy up in front of you, and of course save the tire, because definitely weren't being able to pit. You definitely would have run a lap down. All in all, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just looking at the raw speed of your teammate Austin Beers, out there. Do you think you had anything for him if you maybe got a good position on one of the restarts, or what were you lacking out there?
Probably not. I mean, I know his back's probably hurting from carrying his team at this point. It was tough. I was honestly just trying to keep the rear tires on it, so I would go easy even on the restarts. But he was definitely way better on the long run.
All right, well, looking forward to next week. We got an off week, and then we got the long one at Las Vegas, which is 156 laps, kind of a full distance one. So, what are you looking for the off week, and how are you looking forward to Las Vegas?
Off week, be just something else to do. Vegas should be pretty fun. I'm not terribly good at mile and a halves, but Beers is a heck of a teacher for the whole team. So should be a pretty fun one.
Right on. Well, before we let you go, Eric, any sponsors or shout-outs?
Like always, first and foremost, my wife, April, Tom, Fenceline Films, Austin Beers, Alcus. Good job to him winning second half. Natural Design, and you guys, of course, and then Vic for putting it all on.
All right. Well, appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, Eric. Congrats tonight on the two third places, really, and enjoy the off week.
Sounds good. See you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. And where's Danny G? There's Danny G. We'll pull him up. Danny G, Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, a second, a ninth, and a second on the night for you tonight. It definitely looked like you were probably the second quickest car overall, right there behind Austin Beers. But, well, lots of action in 300 laps. Take us through your night.
Not really much to say, to be honest. The first race was just kind of plodding around and had a little bit of ground to make up, but I kind of got to the second place pretty quick. And as the second car in line, it's kind of almost impossible to get a good jump. And I almost got to his side in a one a couple times, but it just wasn't quite enough and had to settle for second. But I'm all right with that. The second race, I made a mistake. I accidentally hit the clutch going into the corner, and it got my car loose. And yeah, just again, not really much happened after that. Just a few cautions and finished as best I could and stayed in the third. Really had to make that ground back up again, and we did on the long run pace. And thankfully, we had a green flag run long enough to kind of show it a little bit. I think as the track cooled down, I got a little bit better too, because I wasn't really, I was struggling quite a bit at the end of that first run. Long run in the first trio, but in the third trio, I think I figured it out.
Yeah, we saw you have a really big slide there, I think in Trio 2. You overcooked it and then lost about 4 or 5 spots, and then looked like the car kind of just wasn't right for you. But I mean, overall, it was. I got to apologize. I said stupidly right before Trio 3 that the night overall had gone better than I thought, and then we had like 6 cautions in a row to start the trio.
So I can blame you.
Yes, actually. Yeah, Carlos brought it up in the broadcast too. But either way, we got an off week next week, which I think is what we all needed probably. And then the long one at Vegas. What are you looking for the off week? Gonna do anything fun?
Nope.
And how about Vegas?
Nope. Absolutely nothing. I'm just gonna relax and enjoy not racing. But for Vegas, I'm really looking forward to that. That's one of my favorite mile and a halves to go to. Feel like I can put up some good there. I believe me and Austin actually had a halfway decent battle at that track in one of the mini series in OSCA a few seasons ago in the then Xfinity cars, and I believe I ended up winning that race. So I'll be looking forward to maybe grabbing another one there and just exploiting that long run pace I usually have on most people.
All right. Well, before we let you go, Danny, any shout outs or sponsors?
Nothing, just the guys in the team. It was a chaotic night, and everybody was shouting and screaming and all of the above. So I just want to thank them for sticking through it. I think we all made it to the end there about. Jordan, my sister, Sam, I know she's watching, so I want to thank her. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, congrats on the night tonight. P2, P9, and P2. And enjoy
you.
the off week.
You too.
All right. Where's he at? Austin Beer's here.
Oh, there I am.
Austin, well, I guess we got you. Cam, this is Cam with Booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
All right, man. Well, you looked really good out there tonight. First, second, and first. Probably, like you said, probably could have been first, and first. But either way, I mean, just a great overall night. You looked killer out there. Take us through it.
Yeah, I kind of just did what I said that last race. You know, we had that interview before where I said I'd just try to get the lead, try to get a 1 second gap, and then just ride and you know hit my marks, and it's pretty much what happened. Yeah, it was pretty fun just to you know click off all those laps, and it definitely helps when you start up front, you're not in the chaos. So I heard a lot, but a bunch of chaos was going on behind me. So excited to finally be back, and I really wanted the triple sweep. I feel like that would have been the first. That would have been an OSCA first to win 3 features in one night. So, but yeah, just to get 2 wins on the night, a second, not bad for coming back, and should help with the point situation.
Yeah, absolutely. With missing a couple races there, Vic hasn't actually updated the points, so I can't really give you a super updated thing there. But you should be pretty good going into the off week. What are you looking for the off week and going into Las Vegas? Are we gonna actually? What do you know when the last time we're actually gonna not see you is?
I should, if everything goes well, depending on what that means, scheduling wise, I should not miss another race. Those 2 were back to backs. So I pushed back going to Dominion. I was going to go there tonight, but I'll go there tomorrow morning so I can run tonight. So, with racing season ramping up, obviously it gets a little tougher to run all the races, but with my schedule, how it works now, I'm looking at the calendar right now, I should be good. So, excited to get to Vegas, excited to get out to a 1.5 miles. Obviously, in this league, I'm known for the short tracks, but I feel like 1.5 miles I could be very dangerous too. I actually really enjoy 1.5 miles more than a racetrack like Slinger, to be honest. So excited to get there and get some more wins, hopefully.
And then we have Talladega after that to make everybody not happy again. So
yeah, exactly. No,
Anyway,
Dega should be good. Obviously, we won Daytona earlier this year, and I feel like Team Fence Line is going to work even better than we did the first time there at Daytona. We were a new team, and we started the season out strong, and then, after the road course, I missed those 2 races. Eagle missed a race, and Tom and Alka struggled. So hopefully tonight we got back on track. Alka's getting that win. That's pretty big for us. Now that 3 of us have a win, we just need Tom to get another one this year and have all 4 of us get a win and just keep working, chipping away at the points lead.
Oh, right on. Before we let you go, any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, all the ones I said before, BFP, Joyous Seating, Shark Lounge, Hacks Discord, Fenceline Films, Chalu Performance, Swiss Springs, Brembo Brakes, Mountain Dew, SSR Suspension, Ziegel, Tom, and Alcus. Like I said, they did a great job tonight. Good rebound for everybody on Team Fenceline Motorsports. Thanks to Tom for, running the team. April for always watching us. You guys for doing an amazing job. I feel like for 300 lap races, we got it in pretty quickly. So I won't call us idiots tonight. So thanks to Vic for putting up with all of us.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It went a little bit better than I thought. Even Even though I stupidly said right before Trio 3 that we were doing pretty well, and then we had like 6 cautions right in a row.
Yeah.
I got corrected on
Actually,
for that one.
one thing about this race, I should at least mention so people that are watching, if they care, should know. When the track got when that last race, we were definitely down a lot of grip, so it was a lot harder on the tires there. So if a yellow did come out, it would have been pretty interesting. You know, a lot of loss of rear grip compared to the first 2 races. So usually it's the opposite way where the cars kind of tighten up later in the night. You know, the track gets usually more gripped up, but it actually the tires wore a little bit more, and we also all of us were kind of struggling with keeping the temps cool for the oil temps, so we would switch to fourth to cool it down during long runs. So just, you know, something for people that are watching, just a little insider knowledge.
Well, very, very cool. All right. Appreciate you taking some time to talk to us twice tonight, Austin. Great job out there. You looked awesome. And enjoy the off week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hope everybody has a happy Easter.
Well, all right there. I don't know if we have any final results from half 3, but they are scrolling across the top of your screen, and we do have them. We will go through that real quick. It's Austin Beers with the second win of tonight. He went for 2-4-3. Austin Beer, or excuse me, Daniel Gore second, Eric Ziegel third, Darren Staff fourth, Neil Rutt fifth, Ty McIntosh sixth, Noah Brown seventh, Thomas Capone eighth, Ty Alcas ninth, Connor Jones 10th, James Watson 11th, Gilberto Javier Gamera 12th, Ray Bracey 13th, Dave Carpenter 14th, Dallas Myhan 15th, Patrick Hayes 16th, Dylan Thomas 17th, Adam Peeler 18th, Aaron Evans 19th, David Westergreen 20th, Sam Boutwell 21st, Dylan Gooden 22nd, 23rd. Nate Hall did not actually take the start of the race. I don't think any of the Boutwell, Gooden, or Hall, none of those actually took the start of the race. So, yep, 300 laps at Slinger. Went by a little bit quicker than I thought. I believe that is all we have for you tonight. Carlos, any final thoughts from you?
No, we're all going to have a great week off next week and come back recharged for the long one.
We sure will. And just want to give some final thanks to Rio Grande Mexican Grill, Easy Motorsports, Brickhouse Graphics, Accelerator Cloud Solutions, and Binks Designs for bringing you this season of OSCA Racing. But that's all we have for you. So, for myself, Carlos Acosta, and all the rest of OSCA, you guys have a great night.